Cheers, I do, buckaroos, and how the heck are ya? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer and Whiskey Whisperer for the purposes of this video, continuing our countdown to Christmas, but it is Festivus today, December 23rd. Festivus for the rest of us, anyway. I've got a lot of problems with you people, anyway. Airing of grievances and then feats of strength. Oh my, that was brilliant. Anyways, I digress. Tom, that's not a real holiday. It was made up. They're all made up, man. Every single one of them. Anyways, I digress. Let me get this fixed real fast. Yeah, oops. There we go. That is now working. Adjust this slightly here. There we go. Anyway, so I decided to do two products again. Two sister companies, I guess, Springfield Brewing Company and Tiakida. What I've got here is their Zari Night, their Bonbon Zari Night, bourbon barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout with cocoa nibs and espresso. This one comes in at 9%. Show it to you here. I've got it in a nice Belgian with the logo, Springfield Brewing Company. Show that to you. Get a good look there. I also poured a couple ounces of Tiakida Wonderlust. It is a bourbon whiskey finished in Oloroso sherry barrels. A wise storyteller once said, "Not all who wander are lost," and our bourbon whiskey takes off on a flavorful trip in Oloroso sherry barrels, getting new depths of complexity with sweet, fruity notes. I believe it's a 5-year-old bourbon, but it does not say on the bottle here. Show that to you. Put that back. Again, using the proper glassware from Tiakida Distillery. There we go. It's got their little logo there, and then here it says Tiakida there on the back there. Oh, Sláinte, it's been a week for me. In my younger days, yeah, I mean, in my younger days, 25 years ago or so, I mean, it wasn't unusual to work very long hours for me, with what I was doing at a particular time, to work anywhere between 12 and 16-hour days. But my old body, boy, that puts a hurt. I've done two back-to-back, about 10.5-hour days, and boy, I'm hurt on my feet for that long. I'm really feeling it today, so I thought I'd pour myself a nice beer and some whiskey, and say happy Festivus to all those who celebrate. We'll talk about Christmas tomorrow. We're not forgetting about Christmas, but there's other things going on for those that celebrate Festivus. It's a 92 proof bourbon, and man, that stuff is good. Oh my Lord. It is remarkably easy to drink at that proof. Picking up my Zari Night. Unfortunately, they only do the one version now. They've done different versions in the past. One year they did a vanilla version. One year they did a 3-barrel version. That one was insane. But this is the one, I guess that seems to be the most popular because it's the one they do every year, the Bonbon. But I miss that they don't do the other variants, to be honest with you. Got to a little later start getting my video going today. Been doing these late nights, but I'm off tomorrow. Now it is Christmas Eve, so I don't know what I'll get done tomorrow, but probably do an earlier video, for those of you that want to watch me or that are home relaxing. Just be the wife and I, and she's getting over being sick. But she's got a lingering cough she can't seem to get rid of. I probably wouldn't do much. I do want to get out for a little bit. If she's feeling better, we might get out together. But if not, there's a couple places I'd like to hit tomorrow that are open tomorrow, but for limited hours. So I want to go and get that done early. But this beer is nice. The only real, I don't even want to use the word complaint, but the only thing about last year's, I felt like the body was a tad thin, and I feel like they got this one absolutely perfect. Hey Rod, how are you, bud? I hadn't heard from you for a while. I hope you're doing all right. I'm going to post your comment if you don't mind. Rod J, Beer Ventures. Cheers, Tom. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Merry Festivus, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. It really makes me never mind. But today is Festivus, so I was talking a little bit about that. As Rod put a comment up there, anybody watching request your comments, feel free to put it up there. Anybody would want to be part of the video with me, pour yourself a drink or a pop of beer. Just let me know, and I will send you the link, typically via Messenger. I'll send you a link if you want to pop on and have a conversation with me. As we get ever so close to Christmas now, I'm off for a few days, so I'm happy about that. Relax. I think I probably got about 3, maybe 4 off in a row before it all starts. It all starts over, man. Rod says, doing well up here in New Jersey. Oh, I didn't realize you're in New Jersey for some reason. I don't know if you've, well, you should know them, or at least know of them. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Lager Room guys, Jersey Johnny and David the Beer Samurai. You got to check out their show. I didn't realize you were in Jersey. Jersey Johnny also owns or was part owner of Coastal Beer Works. So I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. Visit Mom for Christmas. There we go. That's the best beers that I bought today. Chilling at the hotel, drinking one of Duclaw sours. There we go. Oh, looking forward to Feats of Strength. I posted the wrong one there for you. There we go. Yep, you got to do them feats of strength, don't you? Anyways, my favorite part is obviously the airing of grievances. Anyway, I've got a lot of problems with you people. Anyway, a lot of vanilla on the nose, but that Oloroso sherry kind of changes the game a little bit too. So the Kansas City whiskey was Kansas City whiskey because some use bourbon and rye, some just bourbon, but they added the Oloroso sherry to it. This isn't that, but it kind of reminds me of that because it's a bourbon and it sits in that Oloroso barrel. It kind of gives you that feel of some of the Kansas City whiskeys that I've had. The Oloroso sherry adds a lot of dimension to an already complex whiskey. Adding some nice, deep, dark fruit notes in there. For me, I was feeling dark cherry. No, sour cherry. Let's say sour cherry. Dark sour cherry. Anyways, I digress. Well, I didn't read all your comment first. I didn't. You were visiting up there, so you don't live up there. But if you do get a chance, I know we've got a lot of mutual friends. Look up their Facebook page, the Logger Room guys. They're very good. They do a nice podcast. I've been on the show a handful of times. So has uh, John Brew Guru. I think you're familiar with him. But they also have a lot of great beer guys from that area. A lot of beer owner or brewery owners and brewers. So anyway, but yeah, Coastal Beer Works. They don't have a building. They're contract brewing at the moment. I know they're scheduled to open at some point next year, but I know they have beer in a handful of places. This is interesting. I remember last year's model being a little sweeter. Maybe that's what was kind of, I wasn't crazy about. But this year's, I feel like they got the body right on this one. And I love the flavors that you get those nice, beautiful dark chocolate notes without it being sweet. You do feel the coffee or the espresso, I should say, but it doesn't take over at any time. And that I like. Maybe this year's model really doing well. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, anyway, Merry Christmas to you, Rod. I hope you're doing all right there. Anytime you want to join me on camera, let me know and I'll send you a link and we can have a beer together. I do some scheduled videos, some are impromptu like this one, but I've been doing one for a few months that I call At the Pub, where it's not solely about the beer or the whiskey, it's just more about a conversation. And I've had musicians, even a boxer, who've had some very conversation and good guests. I've had a handful of local musicians, which I've really enjoyed talking to. Uh, I had one of the distillers for Tiakida on a while back. You pick that up and show you that glass again. Yep, you just give me a holler, man. I do these impromptu shows every now and again, typically on the weekends. The Logger Room guys, yeah. Thank you. I do like the glass too. Like, I guess I don't know if it's officially a Glencairn because it's similar shape, but it's a little bit different. Oh, biscuits. My old dogs are tired, man. Yeah, my feet are sore tonight, man. Trying to put a hurt on an old man, I tell you. Uh, but it's enjoyable. I do enjoy working at a brewery. My past experience was in sales, so this is the first time I've been behind a bar, and so I've been enjoying that as I'm learning how to do that properly. I was mostly hired for my beer knowledge and customer service skills. I try to catch when you are on, but depending, don't always comment. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. Sometimes I'm working out. Well, there you go. I appreciate it. It was nice to hear from you today. I'm glad you popped on. Yeah, Todd pops on every once in a while and comments. A mutual friend. It'll be a simple Christmas for us this year. So it's going to be the wife and I. So I'm not even sure what we're going to. I think we're going to do a small ham. Wife picked up a small ham the other day, so I think we're just going to do that in some way. But as far as the rest of the meal, it's just like I said, there's two of us. We're going to keep it simple. Think about just doing a ham with some baked potatoes to keep it really simple. Well, we could do mashed potatoes. I haven't really decided yet. Keep tomorrow really simple. Being Christmas Eve, you don't want to make a lot of mess. Or I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow to keep it easy, but I've got a couple ideas. In the past, we've gotten a pizza, but don't think we'll do that this year. I really don't feel like buying anything out. I got plenty of stuff here to work with, so I just want the meal to be simple, so I'm not making a big mess before Christmas. Yeah, it might be. It might be listed as the Lager Room. I know that the logo says Lager Room Guys, but it may be the Lager Room. Yeah, but just look for Jersey Johnny and the Beer Samurai. You'll find those guys. And I'm not. You may even have the Facebook friends because we're in a lot of the same groups. This is a nice imperial stout, and my views on flavored beers that add something. In this case, the cocoa nibs and the espresso. My personal views are I don't necessarily mind it if it doesn't take over the beer, right? I want to be able to tell this is still a nicely done imperial stout. I want those cocoa nibs and espresso to be supporting characters, not be everything the beer has is just chocolate and coffee. And that's one thing I think they've gotten right this year is it's not overly sweet, but you do feel those imperial stout notes. You feel those malt notes, but the chocolate, or the cocoa nibs, and the coffee sort of are supporting characters, lifting up everything else, which is how I think it ought to be. Anyways, I digress. This is a nice glass. I like this little glass. I get a lot of nice sweet cream vanilla on the nose, and almost some just some light brown sugar notes, and not light as in flavor aroma, light as in color. Just that slight, hint of molasses. It's a very light brown sugar, not a dark brown sugar. And you feel that initially, but as you round the middles, where you pick up those nice dark fruit notes that the Oloroso sherry has imparted. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Check them out, man. A lot of oak and spice in the finish. Little ginger, allspice, cinnamon, but definitely some ginger. I really feel the ginger in a very pronounced way for me. Oh man, that was delicious. So anyway, anyway, I digress. Mercy, Percy. Dark fruit. So that's really up to you and your taster, right? Because you're not going to taste things you're not familiar with. You might get date or fig, but only if you are familiar with those flavors, right? I was picking up some dark slash sour cherry notes. Almost feel like I was picking up some plum notes, a very dark, overripe plum note as well. So anyway, I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and also Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. And Festivus for the rest of us. Anyway, Merry Festivus. Have a good one, guys.